Hello students, I'm Mrs. Gracie Mendes and I welcome you back again for your EVS lesson, Our Environment. Now just a recap of what we have done last time. Now environment means all the things that are around us. So everything that is surrounded. So it could be the living things, it could be the non-living things. We also learned the difference between living and non-living things. That living things need food, water and air to survive. Non-living things do not need air, water and food to survive. Living things can move on their own. Non-living things cannot move on their own. Living things produce. Non-living things do not produce. And we also learned a few examples and I've given you some activities to draw a few living things and non-living things. Hopeful that you will have done all those things correctly. Now let's move to the next part of the lesson, the relationship between all things in the environment. Now, as you all know, water and air are a part of the environment. Now, all living things need them. Living things also need food, as I told you last time. And they get this food from the environment. So maybe if we need some fruits or we need some vegetables or some food grains, all these are grown in the environment and we get it back from the environment. Now, whatever living things need to survive, all these things, whatever is our food or air, all these things we get from the environment. Now, how we build up a relationship in our house, like, mommy, daddy, you, maybe your brother or your sister, all of you stay together. So, mommy and daddy earn something for the family, they give you all your needs, and in turn, you also have a duty, kind of to study well, to behave well. That is how you develop that relationship. So, exactly the same relationship we all living things develop with the environment. Now, the different things that we get from the environment and how do we use it for our good. Now, as we all know that from sheep we get wool and from wool we make woolen clothes. So these are the different things clothes are made from. So the materials that are required to make the different kinds of clothes. Now silk, your mommy must be having a silk sari or you must be having a silk kurta. So all these things we get the silk, the material comes from the silkworm. Next we get cotton from cotton plants. Now this is the most used fabric by all of us, cotton, which is very, very good for our body. There are different things which we also use from the environment. Now, like we make things like mats, baskets, paper from materials in our environment. We build our houses using clay and stone and wood. All these things, that is, all these materials also, we get from our environment. Now, if you see here, there are pictures of two kinds of birds. One is the simple nest and the other nest, I want you to find out the name of the bird. You have a Q&A session where maybe you could put up your answers, a few of you all, what bird it is which has built that nest. Now, things used by birds to make their nest. So I will give you a few things with which birds use to build their nest. Birds use cotton, they use twigs, they use thread, maybe they use soft pieces of wool. All these the birds use to make their nest. And in that they lay eggs. And all these things again they get from the environment. Now there are animals like vultures and foxes which eat the flesh of dead animals. Thus, what do? By doing this, they clean the environment while they satisfy their hunger. Means they are eating food, they are eating the flesh of dead animals, plus they are cleaning the environment. Now, remains of dead animals. So when animals die or when leaves of the tree fall off, all these mix with the soil and they rot or they decay and they get mixed with the soil and this makes the soil fertile. Now plants get nourishment from fertile soil. Thus, living things bring about changes in non-living things. So we come to the end of this lesson now, and here are a few words which you need to learn and write the spellings neatly. You could write the spellings 3 times. The first word, relationship. The second word, cotton. Third word, twigs. Fourth word, thread. Fifth word, silk. Sixth word, wool. Seventh word, weave. Eighth word, decay. Ninth word, vultures. 10th word, rot. 11th word, fertile. And the 12th word, nourishment. So learn the spelling and write it neatly and see you on Saturday. Bye-bye.